Hey there, it's Fergusson here. In today's video, we're going to go through what I call the pain and fear movement exploration or observation. The basic objective here is to take you out of your comfort zone. I know that might be a little bit challenging, but to allow you to look at situations that cause you fear, that cause you pain, and to be able to increase your consciousness around these things through observation. All you need to do in this practice is just move on the edge. You don't need to plow through painful experiences or fearful experiences. Just knock on the door, don't try kick it down. If things get too intense, just come back to your breathing. So, just find yourself in a standing situation and let's begin. All I'd like you to do to start is just stand here for a moment, nice and still. Just take some breaths and notice your body. You can have your eyes open or your eyes closed. And as you're here, just notice if there's any areas in your body that are starting to emerge, that are talking to you saying, I'm painful. If you experience that, then start to move around those areas. I'm going to create an imaginary scenario around my knee. Let's say my knee's talking to me. Your knee might be, or another area might be. What we're going to do is just gently focus on that area. And we're just going to move it. Let's say sharp pain peaks here. Well, what I want to do is just move on the edge of that. So I'm just going to slowly circle and move in and out of the pain. Ouch, ouch. Back it off a little bit. Now, as you're doing this, just observe your breathing. If your breathing becomes erratic or you start to hold it, it's a sign that there's challenge on your body. What we need to do is just keep the breathing soft. So observe your breathing as you're moving. And if you can just keep bringing your focus and observation back to your breathing as you're moving, just notice what happens. So we're moving around the area of pain. You don't need to do anything. This is an opportunity to trust that your body has a deep intelligence that you're tapping into, that it knows how to work out this pain. It's giving you the signal. So we just need to watch it. Watch the breathing as you're moving. Slow the movement down. And you can pause in parts and say, I'm just on the edge of the pain. Just come to your breathing. There's nothing to do. There's a Chinese principle called Wu Wei, which can be translated to do without governing. Effortless doing. So allow yourself to just observe, to just move without trying. Just watch. Don't try and control this situation. We don't need to zoom in and put all our focus here. Just put enough focus here to be aware, and then the rest of the focus on your breathing. Now, if you choose, you can keep exploring that area. Or if there's some other areas in your body that are giving you pain, that are giving you fear, or other movements, we're going to start to bring some focus to that now. But if there's no other areas, if this is the only challenge for you, then continue to focus on that. So let's say we've got a bit of a fear of bending forward. Maybe we injured ourselves in the past. And you notice as you get to a point, your body starts to tense up. All we're going to do, and you don't have to do what I'm doing, I'm just creating a scenario, but just have a look if there's an area where you feel afraid to move, afraid of maybe you're going to hurt yourself, or maybe it's going to give you more pain. Let's test that assumption. Maybe things will get more challenging, but the more you're able to look at this over time, then the better you'll get at working with the fear. Rather than trying to run away and figure it out in your head, let's work it out as it's happening. So we're just going to move in and out of a painful or fearful movement. Just tap on the door. Don't try to push it down, blast it down, just move in and out slowly and just observe your breathing. Once again, if it becomes erratic, if you hold it, if you start to tense up and resist the moment, make it a bit easier. Beautiful wind flowing. Take the life force around you into your body and observe. Just moving in and out. Doesn't have to be in the same way. Just move around the area. I remember one time I tore my hamstring. I was doing some deep stretching. Silly me. I was a bit attached to the outcome and I hurt myself. And for a long time, I was afraid to go down further because, well, that tearing the muscle hurt quite a lot and the injury after hurt quite a lot. So to rehabilitate it, all I did basically was just to continue to move into the area. Not over push it, but just become aware of it, observe the nature of it. Pretty quickly the pain started to drop away. I was working with the pain signal, not running from it, not trying to move around it, just observing myself in it. You might notice as you move into areas where fear or pain is present, that signal starts to change. Maybe it gets less, maybe it gets more, but change is what we're looking for. Not the same, not Groundhog Day, change. If you can tap into change, it's the only constant we have. Look at nature all around us, it's always changing. Often as human beings, we resist change. Fear of the unknown. This is going to build courage, build resilience, build strength within yourself to just be willing to look at what you don't yet know. Get to know it, become friends with it. Over time, the fear and the pain won't rule you. It will just be a signal, a tool to guide you, to not paralyze you or dictate your actions. We'll come back up to standing. If you'd like to explore that longer, then keep exploring. We're going to choose one more area. I'll choose one around the upper body, maybe around this shoulder. My shoulder feels fine, but out of compassion, we're going to see if maybe there's something happening in another part of your body. So just move it. Let's say, ouch, pain, or I'm scared. Maybe that you feel an emotion stirring up. Just observe. Observe the nature of it. Observe your breathing once again. I do actually remember when playing volleyball, my shoulders were terrible because I spent so many years just hitting ball after ball, one after the other, but my shoulder wasn't very stable. So they'd clink, clunk, crack. So just over time, moving and observing these areas, nice and slow, the shoulder began to restructure, to re-stabilize. Just by me observing and listening deep inside the body. Not trying to tell the body what to do with my brain, but to listen, to let it guide and inform me. That's all we're doing here. Getting to know your body through observing, through not having the assumption that we know what's going on just because we're in pain or just because we're scared or just because we feel something, a sensation. We're getting to know the body by listening, truly, truly deeply listening. To not try force it, to not make this experience bad or that experience good. Just observe and come back to your breathing. Observe the way the breathing changes as you move. The more you practice this over time, the better you get to know your body, and then the better you get to decide what it needs. What do I need is the question. And the better you get at answering that, the better you get at relieving pain longer term, in my experience. So you can pause in the experience, just on the edge of the challenge, and just watch. Watch your thoughts. God, this is boring. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. All the thoughts come up. That's a teacher. Let it teach you. Wish Benny would just be quiet and let me listen to my body. Well, just listen to all of these things. Watch the pain come up. Watch if you're reacting to it. If you're trying to run away from it or run toward a more comfortable experience. Just be here and now. Be with your breathing. Be with your body and listen. And that's all. Let your body work itself out. You're moving, that's enough. You're active. You're encouraging physiological processes to happen. You're not being passive. Just being with your body, just moving it gently is enough to inspire, to create change, to allow you to move into a different experience, to honor the signals that the body is giving you in any given moment. That's what we're looking to do here. So just start to now slowly come out of whatever position you're in, knowing that just because I'm observing my shoulder doesn't mean that you need to be. Just observe wherever you need to observe. Just come back to standing position and just observe your breathing for a moment. Fill your body up as much as you can, gently. Amidst the challenging experiences that you might have gone through, just bring yourself back to what am I appreciative of now. There's always something to appreciate. I know it might sound cliched, but truly what we appreciate appreciates. So I'm going to choose to appreciate that I'm alive. Choose that I can breathe in this beautiful, cool Queensland air today. It's making my nose run a little bit. But the life force around is just amazing. In the trees. Come into this appreciation with yourself. And you can bring that into your day. Well, keep practicing, and I'll see you in another video.